If there is such compelling scientific evidence for God's existence and the reliability of Scripture, why are so many skeptics resistant to that evidence? I'm joined today by Dr. Bob Nisbet, a plant biologist and a Christian, to help unpack that question. Bob, both you and I are scientists and we're Christians, and for us we see very powerful indications of God's fingerprints in the record of nature. In a previous episode, for example, you talked about the sudden appearance of plant phyta as a fingerprint for God's role in bringing about the origin of life. In your opinion, why do you think skeptics are so resistant to the idea of intelligent design or creationism even?
That's a good question. I've struggled with that question throughout my professional career. And I've talked with a lot of people. I've read a lot of articles, books, and the conclusion sort of evolved, if I can use that word here. It developed over time. It became more and more clear to me that one of the primary reasons, maybe not the only reason, was that if you embrace or begin to embrace the concept of intelligence behind design, then you have to admit that there's something out there greater than you are. And if that something greater is this traditional thing that society has called God, then I'm in trouble. Because I'm going as fast and as far away as I can get from that God. And if he's powerful enough to design it and to bring it all about, then I'm in trouble. Mm-hmm. And so my natural response for self-protection is to try to explain it away. And by explaining it away, I can draw upon natural phenomenon as a reason for this apparent design. And so I don't want to believe that there is an intelligence out there that designed it, because I can't hear, I can't see evidence of that. And so many of the scientists try very hard to look for the naturalistic solution and are sold out to the concept that it does exist, and all we got to do is keep hunting until we find it.
Yeah, that's something that I've always found to be interesting. Like when you look at the origin of life question proper, or abiogenesis, is scientists readily admit that there's no explanation. Mm-hmm. They readily acknowledge that it looks like it very well could be a miracle, but then they are adamantly insistent, just give us more time and we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Darwin thought that. He noticed after maybe 100 years of fossil hunting before his time, that even in that 100 years, it became very clear that there were lots of major gaps in the fossil record. And he kept hunting for evidence of transitional forms, but didn't find it. And he called that his abominable mystery. Well, that abominable mystery has gotten sharper and sharper and sharper and more clearly defined as we've been hunting fossils for the last 120 years since Darwin. And so we have to grapple with the reality that it exists and not try to explain it away or call it an abomination. Yeah, it's a mystery in that we don't know the answer fully, but as we continue to study it, we can see evidence that it's real. Mm-hmm. And so the alternate explanation that there is an intelligence behind not only the design of it, but the appearance of it, is something that scientists should be open to embrace if they're honest.